How many bath bombs can I make with this giant jug of Epsom salt? Are homemade bath bombs cheaper than store-bought? That's what I want to dive into in today's video. Welcome to Craftcore. I'm Panch. Nice to meet you. Let's dive right into it. So for this experiment, I went to the mall and I purchased a whole bunch of bath bombs from a variety of retailers. So the first store I went to was LUSH. I had never been to LUSH before and it was such an experience. It really felt like a premium venue, and I discovered later that they were the inventors of bath bombs. I had no idea until making this video. Bath bombs feel premium, they come in really cute shapes, and they're large. I ended up buying two bath bombs, the Twilight bath bomb and the Intergalactic bath bomb. Both bath bombs were $7.95. They did have some options that were cheaper and they did have some options that were more expensive, but these just seemed, they just struck my fancy, really. Next, I went to Bath & Body Works, and yes, it is March. They gave me the Christmas bag, but you know, you gotta use up your bags. It's totally fine. So I ended up buying two different options. I felt like it was kind of expensive. Honestly, if I wasn't doing it for this video, I would have just skipped this and stuck with more LUSH ones, because I just feel like they don't feel as premium as the LUSH ones. But, you know, for science, we got them. So at the time that I went to the mall, Bath & Body Works had a buy two, get one free deal going on. The egg, retail price, $11.95 each. The sphere, $10.95 each. So after the discount, it worked out to $8.20 for each of the egg bath bombs, $7.51 for the sphere. So since I bought three items, the price ended up being an average of $7.97. And I feel like they're not as premium as the LUSH ones that are 2 cents cheaper. So I didn't include the original price on my charts just because I feel like when you go to Bath & Body Works, if you're not going during a sale or using a coupon, like what are you doing in Bath & Body Works basically? Because everything is jacked up so that they can have these mega sales that just seem so amazing. At least that's my opinion. So next up, I went to Marshall's, which is an off-price brand name retailer, if that makes sense. And I was able to get this gift set that had 6 Easter eggs in it that are bath bombs for only $9.99. Honestly, my friends, I feel ripped off. I feel ripped off by this egg. And now I have 6 of them for $9.99 when the retail price of this egg before any discounts was $11.95. Am I the only one that feels like this is crazy? They even look fancier. So for 6 of these eggs, it works out to $1.67 per bath bomb, which is a significant savings. And one thing to note as well, I know a gift set is going to be cheaper in the long run than buying a product one-off. That's just how it goes. Buying things in bulk generally saves you money. And last but not least, we have the Dollarama option. So I found this in the bath section. It was $4, which is a premium Dollarama item. You never know how the $4 items will go. Sometimes there's amazing items at the dollar store for $4, and it's like their fancier stuff, you know, not their $1.25 little things. So we will see if these are even any good, but they were $4 for 3 bath bombs, so $1.33 each. That's a pretty good price, especially in comparison to this. Still mad. So let's see how the DIY recipe that I have on my channel already compares to the pricing of the store-bought options. Now this can get complicated really fast because some of the items, when you're looking at the ingredients, they're in grams, they're in pounds, they're in kilograms, they're in milliliters, and then on the recipe, tablespoons, cups, drops, they're not lining up with each other, so it's hard to compare the price of all these items. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the math for you. Let's look at the cost of all the ingredients. I'll be using my basic bath bomb recipe, and you can learn how to make this recipe on my previous bath bomb video. The recipe usually yields 5 bath bombs if you're using the 3-inch mold. However, if your molds are larger or smaller, you might get a different amount. Another thing that we need to consider is that the pricing of ingredients differ all over the world. So what I buy here in Ontario, Canada is going to be totally different than what may be in your area. So for the purpose of this video, I'm using Amazon.ca for what was available at the time of recording. So Amazon prices vary from day to day for some items depending on availability and demand. So take all these measurements with a grain of salt, but I'm going to show you my work. I'm also not going to be using bulk pricing. I'm buying kind of like the retail standard size that a general person would be able to find at their store. So I'm not going to be buying like giant tubs of baking soda. I'm buying a retail package that a regular consumer would just walk off the street and purchase. Additionally, some ingredients are cheaper to buy in real life compared to Amazon. That is for sure. For example, I was looking at cornstarch and it was $8.99 on Amazon Canada, and the exact package in Real Canadian Superstore, which is my grocery store of choice, and it's $5.99. That's a significant difference. You can definitely save money by comparison shopping. Look local, look online, see what you can do. You also want to make sure your ingredients are still quality, so keep that in mind. Let's get started. So let's pretend that I don't have any ingredients in my house. My cupboard is bare. I don't even have baking soda. To buy all these products right now from Amazon, it would cost me $75.18 to buy everything from Amazon Canada right now. Some of the ingredients are going to stretch farther than others, so for some you might only get 1 or 2 batches of bath bombs out of that particular ingredient, while others you could have for like 50 batches of bath bombs. How much does it cost us to make one single bath bomb? Baking soda. Recipe amount, 1 cup. Most people have baking soda in their house, but if not, the 500-gram small box, it's approximately 1 pound, will do you for your first batch. One 500-gram box will run you $1.47. I weighed 1 cup of baking soda and it turned out to be 268 grams. This means that you'll use over half of the box for a single batch of bath bombs at a cost of 79 cents. If you buy your baking soda in bulk, you'll reduce this price, and I highly recommend that you do. Cornstarch. Recipe amount, half a cup. This ingredient is probably in your baking cupboard already. I weighed out half a cup of cornstarch at 70 grams. One 1,000-gram box of cornstarch can support 14 batches of bath bombs. Half a cup of cornstarch works out to a value of 62 cents per batch. Epsom salt. Recipe amount, half a cup. I love having an Epsom salt bath when I need to relax my muscles. You may also know it under the name magnesium sulfate. Half a cup of Epsom salt weighed 126 grams. I converted that 126 grams to 0.28 pounds, which means you get 7 batches worth of Epsom salt out of 1 2-pound container. Half a cup of Epsom salt works out to a value of 69 cents per batch. Citric acid. Recipe amount, half a cup. This was the toughest ingredient for me to find locally. I ended up buying mine at Bulk Barn, but looking at the price per gram that I spent at Bulk Barn compared to the Amazon equivalents, I'm buying it on Amazon next time, that's for sure. Half a cup of citric acid weighed 115 grams or 1/4 pound, which means that you can get 7 batches worth of citric acid out of the 2-pound citric acid bag. This works out to $1.90 of citric acid per batch. Coconut oil. Recipe amount, 2.5 tablespoons. My coconut oil comes in a 500 ml jar, which is a volume measurement, not a weight measurement. So I used an online calculator to convert 2.5 tablespoons to 36.97 milliliters. I can use one 500 ml jar of coconut oil to make 13 batches of bath bombs at a cost of 74 cents per batch. Water. Recipe amount, 3/4 tablespoon. Negligible. I'm not calculating the cost of water from my sink. Mica powder. Recipe amount, 1 teaspoon. I was able to buy a variety pack so I could try out a whole bunch of different colors. Each little packet weighed 3 grams and 1 teaspoon weighed 2 grams. It's an awkward amount left over, so even though you can technically mix the leftovers, for the purpose of calculating the cost of mica per batch, I'm treating 1 color packet as 1 recipe serving size, with the leftover being bonus powder. 50 packets at $19.99 means each color packet costs 40 cents. You can also keep in mind that mica powder is optional. You can make bath bombs in just its natural color. Essential oil. Recipe amount, 12 drops. This one was tricky. After lots of Googling, it seems like the consensus is that 1 milliliter of essential oil yields 20 drops. So if you bought a 30 ml bottle, you should be able to get 600 drops out of it. Since we need 12 drops per batch, you should be able to make one 30 ml bottle last for 50 batches of bath bombs at a cost of 30 cents per batch. Essential oils are also optional for your bath bombs. So let's add up the cost. Assuming that you don't have any of the ingredients and that you buy the same options that I selected, you'd have an upfront cost of $75.18 Canadian or $59.39 USD. For one batch of ingredients, the cost works out to $5.43. Since the recipe yields 5 bath bombs, we're looking at a recipe cost of $1.09 Canadian per batch, or 86 cents USD. You can reduce this cost further by buying your quality ingredients in bulk. So, how does that compare to the retail price of our bath bombs? So here's our competition. We've got Bath & Body Works at $7.97. We've got LUSH at $7.95. We've got Marshall's at $1.67. We have Dollarama at $1.33. Our homemade option is sitting pretty at $1.09. We can make 7 bath bombs for the price of one LUSH or Bath & Body Works bath bomb. If we look at the regular price of a Bath & Body Works bath bomb at $11.95, you could make 10 homemade bath bombs for the price of that one single egg bath bomb. I think this is a no-brainer. You should be making them at home if you have the inclination. If you're crafty, if you like bath bombs and use them a lot, I think it's definitely worth it to invest in the startup costs for this. You do have to buy molds, and if you don't have, basic tools for it, you might need to buy a few things, but overall, in the long run, you will definitely save money. And it's super fun. I'm having such a good time. I know that right now, my bath bombs aren't comparing in quality to the beautiful LUSH ones, for example. But I'm making it my next crafty mission is to make bath bombs that look as nice and perform as well as the LUSH bath bombs. If you need a bath bomb tutorial, I have mine linked above and also in the description of this video. You know what else is inexpensive? Hitting the subscribe button on this video. It's free, and you can unsubscribe at any time if you decide you hate it. Thanks so much for watching. This is Panch signing off. See you next time.